Hello, welcome to my office. I am Kendrick Shope. This is Prada, our authentic selling mascot, and you are joining us for how to create a sales funnel or sales funnels demystified. It is straight up and down that time here in Bentonville, Arkansas, so we are going to jump in. Before we get officially started, one of the things that I want to do is just pause and say thank you for being here. I realize that you have a choice on how you spend your time. In the 5 years I've been doing this, or nearly 5 years, people tell me all the time they're short on two things: money and time. And time you cannot make more of. Money you can. So you are essentially giving me one of your most trusted resources with time. And if you're a busy entrepreneur or a busy business owner, you likely have less time than most, or you feel that way. And so I guarantee you today, you're going to learn something that I have used, that I have tested, and that will create lasting results in your business. Now, who am I and why do you care? Most of you probably know I'm Kendrick Shope. If you're looking for Oprah, Beyonce, Giselle, you're in the wrong place. However, I am Kendrick Shope, the creator of Authentic Selling. And why do you care? Quite simply because authentic selling can and will make your business money. It's just that simple. A lot of people talk about making money in the online world, but the actual definition of selling is the exchange of money for a product or service. The exchange of money for a product or service. So without sales, your business doesn't make money. Let me say that again. Without sales, your business doesn't make money. But that doesn't mean selling has to be icky, sleazy, slimy, pushy. Sales can be authentic. And thus, we have authentic selling. Why me? You can learn selling from a lot of places. You can learn it from a book. You can learn it from other experts, and there are plenty of those out there, amazing people that are teaching selling. So why me? Quite simply because I have studied selling the majority of my adult life. I started my sales career working for a Fortune 500 company, and since then I've worked for 3 Fortune 500 companies as a top performing sales rep. I graduated from 2 sales schools, top in my class, second in my class. I consider that top. But I have been a top sales rep. I've been to sales schools. I know selling. And I've been in this online world for nearly 5 years. I ran an extremely successful business, and I have helped others create businesses that make over $1 million. So if you want to learn from someone that can teach you to do this authentically, but also make money, you're in the right place. Before we jump in, let's talk a little bit about what you're going to learn today. So we're using a new technology here, so bear with me. You're my guinea pigs, but I'm going to share a couple of things with you, because what you're going to learn today is this. You're going to learn the mistake that most people are making that are actually pushing their customers away. You're going to learn how you can master selling without ever saying a word, without ever talking to someone on the phone. You're going to solve the mystery of what a sales funnel is, how to use a sales funnel to make more money and get more leads. And in a couple of days, you're going to get an added bonus of a sales funnel proven to get you more paying clients. I've used it in my business, and other people have used it in theirs. Other customers have used it in theirs as well. So let's get started. I never start a free training without talking a little bit more just about selling. So after doing this for a very long time, I have learned, let me get a good text box down here. I have learned that a lot of people have negative feelings about selling, and that's okay. It's good to know. I hear things all the time like selling is icky, sleazy, slimy, pushy, liar, liar, pants on fire. I don't want to be that person. And the good news is I don't either. Rose, who wants to be icky, sleazy, slimy, pushy, liar, liar, pants on fire? Not me. And in the online world, I would say, I don't have statistics to prove this, but I would say that the trust factor is a little bit more iffy with online because a lot of people make big promises and people end up disappointed. So if selling is so important, if you must have sales to make money in your business, how do you do it without feeling icky, sleazy, slimy, or pushy? So the first thing we have to do is we have to redefine your definition of selling. First and foremost, you have, or people have, an icky, sleazy, slimy feeling about selling because likely you've been sold to in that way. You've been sold to in a pushy way. You've been talked into or sold to buy something that you've regretted, that you've had, for which you've had buyer's remorse, right? So we have to redefine that definition of selling. And that's how I started this call. Selling is the exchange of money for a product or service. That's according to Webster or according to Google or whatever. However, authentic selling is helping. Now, most online business owners I'm aware of go into business because, yes, they want to make money, and I want to make money. I love money, but they want to make a difference. They want to feel fulfilled. They want to do good in the world. So the authentic selling definition of selling is helping. Now, you've probably heard other people say this before, but with authentic selling, I want to take it one step further. I want you to really think about this. Think about a product or a service or something that you have purchased that has changed your life. You know, it could be working with a coach. It could be your amazing iPhone that you love. It could be a fabulous pair of new shoes that you love. Yes, shoes can change your life. It could be a new house, a new school. It could be anything. Think about that. And if someone did not take the time to tell you about it, to educate you about that product or service, you likely would not have known about it. They helped you by telling you about it. Where it gets icky, sleazy, slimy, pushy is when we try to tell grown adults what they should and should not do. When we view selling as education, as telling someone how you can change their life, their business, their health, their weight, their whatever, then you are approaching it from a place of helping. When it's desperate and grabby and pushy and you're an adult, but I'm going to tell you what you need to do because I know better than you. Gross. Who wants to do that? That defines every reason you went into business, I would imagine. So what makes authentic selling so amazing is selling is helping. And I tell my year-long clients all the time to rip out a sticky note and to write on it, selling is helping, and to post it on your computer. Because just knowing that selling is helping is the first step. It doesn't mean that you will never feel, double negative doesn't mean you will never feel the ick again. But it means that you can start to approach selling from helping. And when you feel the ick, you have a thing called a sales guardrail that we get into in sales school. But when you feel the ick, you can use your sales guardrail to say, look, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else. And that's what makes authentic selling so flipping powerful. That's why people are able to make so much money, because they have a guardrail that teaches them, oh, I'm not comfortable with this, so I'll do this instead. Rather than saying there's one way, and if you want to make money in your business, you'll do it. So what's your takeaway here? Your takeaway is selling is helping. And the actual black and white definition of selling is the exchange of money for a product or service. Selling is helping. You want to help people. So let's figure out how you can do that without ever saying a word. I think of that goofy song, you say it best when you say nothing at all. So anyway, I'm not a singer, but that's what I think of. So before we talk about sales funnels, because there's a lot of wrong information about sales funnels. Before we talk about sales funnels, we need to talk about a couple of things. First of all, what is a prospect? So prospecting is a word that is often used in sales jobs. A prospect is simply someone who is a potential customer. That's it. Someone who is a potential customer. In the online world, that can look like someone who has opted in for your freebie, for your pink spoon, someone who has been on a free call, someone who has consumed your information. Maybe they bought a low price product and you want them to buy a higher price product. So they've entered into your funnel some way and they are a prospect. And you would like for them to become a potential customer. Now, we know what a customer is, but it goes with saying a customer is someone who is or has paid for your product or service, right? It's that simple. So now that we understand these two definitions, prospect is someone who hasn't purchased from you yet, but someone who potentially could. Customer is someone who has purchased from you. Now that we understand these two definitions, let's talk about sales funnels. A sales funnel is simple. It is really the process of taking someone through prospect to customer to repeat customer. The process of taking someone through prospect to customer to repeat customer. So there are so many examples of sales funnels in the online world. I'll give you an example. Here is an example of my sales funnel. Let's say that you attend this free call. That makes you, a prospect, right? And then let's say after that, you purchase, and I'm not selling anything, so you don't have to worry about that. You purchase sales school from me. That makes you a customer. Then let's say after that, you become a private client. That makes you a repeat customer. And there's a sales funnel. It's just that simple. You attend the free call, you purchase sales school, you're a private client. Let me give you another example of a sales funnel. Let's do this. Sales funnel example 1. All right. I love this whiteboard. I hope y'all like it. Let me know if you do. Sales funnel example 2. Also, I forgot to mention, I will be answering questions about this webinar in the K community. So there's a link on the page that you were sent to join this webinar. You can join the K community and there is a place for you to tag me, Kendrick Shope, and answer questions. So I would love to know what you think about the whiteboard. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Because it's the first time we're using it in a webinar. We may use it for sales school, but I want some feedback. Also ask me questions. So sales funnel example number 2 is you opt in for an amazing freebie. Like, I'm trying to think of an amazing freebie, like how to shed 10 pounds while eating pizza every day. I love pizza. Okay, so that makes you then a prospect. Then let's say you purchase an ebook for $10. That makes you a customer. Then let's say you purchase a group health program. Goodness, I'm having trouble typing. That makes you a repeat customer. Now, this is all from the same person, right? But there's another example of sales funnels. So, great. Now we understand what a sales funnel is. It's the process of taking someone from prospect to customer to repeat customer. But what is involved in this? What's actually involved? And this is where it gets super fun and super interesting. So what actually is involved in this is a series of emails that create desire. So there's a mnemonic device that has been around forever that I'm going to share with you. And that mnemonic device is called AIDA. We talk about this in sales school when you begin to learn to write copy. We add on to this, but this is essentially what should be included in your sales funnel, AIDA. Now, what does AIDA mean? A equals attention. A equals attention. So how do you get people's attention? In this example, right here, you attend this free call. This is attention. How did we get your attention? We got your attention by talking about sales funnels. I is interest. So just because I have your attention doesn't really mean you're interested enough to give me your free time or your money. If you are giving something away for free, you still have to be able to sell it because people are busy. I don't want another newsletter in my inbox. I don't want another email in my inbox. You have to keep me interested enough to want it. That's a very common mistake that people make. It is the most common mistake that people make that are pushing their customers away. It is like bug repellent. So you opt in and your content does not sell. See, it's the opposite of what you think. You think that you sell too much and you're going to push people away. But it is the exact opposite of that. If you don't tell people what's in it for them, if you don't convince people that this is something they need. Now, I'm not saying that you railroad them, that you bulldoze them, but I am saying that you very bluntly say, this is what's in it for you. They can decide if they want it, but this is how this can help you. This is what clients have seen. Then you're creating interest. You have to know the benefit of what you're offering. It is the number one mistake. It is the number one reason people's sales processes flop in any industry. If I'm selling a heart drug that is statistically proven to save someone's life, the benefit is not that it is statistically proven to save someone's life. The benefit is what they're able to do with the extra life they have. So, for example, let's say I'm selling a heart drug called Heart Drug A that is statistically proven to increase your life for whatever reason. Okay, great. But if I say to you, it is statistically proven to increase your life, say you have more time with your children, with your grandchildren, to travel to Paris, to see a Broadway show, to run that next marathon, that's the benefit. It's all the things that are possible as a result of what you're offering. This is the same for an opt-in. It's the exact same for an opt-in. So think about this. You see all the time, join my newsletter. Why? For weekly inspiration? No. If I go to my email inbox and it is flooded with emails, that's not inspiring to me. So tell me what I'm going to be able to do with that weekly inspiration so that you're going to be able to start your day off ready to face the world and take on any challenge that comes in front of you. Okay, great. Tell people what's in it for them. All right, great. That's how you keep interest, by telling people what's in it for them. AIDA. Great. What is D? Oh, my whiteboard. Let me save this for you all so you can see it, and you can see it in the Finder. Okay, great. So what is D? It's not letting me type. Oh, good. Love this technology. We'll do it like this. D equals desire. And we're going to go ahead and do action while this is working. This is a little distracting. I'm sorry about that. D equals desire. So just because I'm interested doesn't mean that I desire it. You have to keep them interested enough. You have to tell them what's going on so that they desire it, so that people are willing to give up their hard-earned money or their precious time to show up. How did we create desire for this free training? Right here. We told you what you're going to do. Learn the number one mistake that are pushing people away. And what is that? You don't know your benefits. You're not keeping people interested. Master selling without ever talking to a prospect on the phone. We're going to get to that. Solve the mystery of how to actually use a sales funnel to make more money and get more leads. Now, I could have said, solve the mystery of how to actually use a sales funnel. That's what you're going to learn. But I added the benefit to make more money and get more leads. You see what I'm saying? That's the interest. That's the desire. Okay, I'm interested in learning about sales funnel, but the desire comes from making more money, getting more leads. So AIDA, it needs to be in every sales funnel. AIDA, action is easy. You sign up for the free call. You purchase, you whatever. AIDA, you need to think about it in everything you put out. AIDA. Great. So let's talk about this really specifically. How does this apply to emails that you're going to write? How does this apply to an actual sales funnel? So the first thing is, usually a sales funnel starts with a low entry price point or something free. Free, in my opinion, from what I've seen, works best. So whether it's a webinar, an opt-in, or whatever, free is where you get people's attention. So the first thing you want to ask yourself, let's say you got a big program coming up that you want to sell. Does your freebie sell? Does your freebie grab attention? Does the language make people pay attention? Is it benefit-driven language? Does it tell people what can change for them? Does it grab attention? You're competing in the online world. Your customers are like my customers. They're busy. They may have children jumping on their back. They may have Scandal to watch. They may have work to do, cell phones to answer, Kindles to read, all at one time. You're not just competing with other businesses. You're competing with life. And that just is. You've got to grab their attention. You've got to tell them what's in it for them straight out of the boat. And then step number 2 is you keep them interested. So for example, in a sales funnel, let's say somebody opts in for a free training, okay? Then we want to keep them interested enough to attend the free training. We want to keep them interested enough after the free training to learn whatever it is to continue down the sales funnel. So that you're a prospect once you enter into the free training. You're a prospect once you opt in. But now what? It blows my mind. Yesterday I was talking to a customer and I said, well, when's the last time you communicated with your list? This is February. She said November. We can't go sell your list something if you haven't talked to them since November. No, we need to be giving them things to keep them interested. We need to be giving them things that help your people know, like, and trust you. You can't put out an offer in November and not speak to your list again till February until you want to sell again. That is a surefire way to end up with 0 sales. So what do? You have your opt-in. You have their attention. Next, the quality of your content needs to keep people interested. Your blogs need to keep people interested. Your emails. So in this specific example, we're going to talk about emails. Your emails need to keep people interested. They do not need to scream selling. So what I often see is an email that says something like, I've got an amazing offer for you today. Click going into the trash. Not going to read it. Don't scream you're going to sell me. Keep me interested by telling me how you're going to help me. Do not say in your first sentence something about an offer. Tell me how the offer can help me. Start with interest. So attention can be your opt-in, your freebie, or whatever. Interest. Make the webinar interesting enough to keep people engaged. Make the emails that come after the webinar interested enough to keep people engaged. And as you talk about your product, your service, as you begin to introduce that, create desire. The number one way to create desire is to talk to people about results. To tell people what they're able to do and what other people have been able to do after using your process or your product. So I'll give you an example. Sales funnels. When I began using sales funnels, I had my first $400,000 launch. Sales funnels work. When my customers began using sales funnels, they had their first six-figure and beyond launches. That's desire. It's, oh, whoa. Now you got my attention. Like, is this the key to these big, massive, mega launches that I want to know about? Count me in. Sales funnels work. But you see how we're creating desire? So webinar is the interest or the attention. Now for the people, so you're a prospect. Now for the people who show up, we need to create interest. We want this webinar to be interesting and engaging and dynamic. AI, interest. We want the emails that come after this to be interesting. Now, you don't have to sit around and say, how do I make these interesting? Give value. You hear people all the time say, give things away for free. Give things away for free that people are going to use. Give things away that people can use and see a difference. So you're going to get a checklist in a couple of days, or the sales funnel. You're actually going to get an example of sales funnels that you can use to make money. They will make your business money. I'm not just going to give you some unrelated freebie. I'm going to give you something you can use as it relates to the topic. I'm going to keep you interested. And desire. If I had something to sell, which I'm not selling, but if I had something to sell, this is where we would talk about results. This is where we would talk about what you can do. This is where we institute FOMO, fear of missing out. It's one of the biggest drivers in a sales funnel. It's why emails like one spot left to work with me for all of 2016 work. Now, here's something that's really icky. Say hi, Brada. Here's something that's really icky. If you send out an email that says you're full or that says you got one spot left when you're not, don't do that. There are other ways around that. If you're not there yet in your business, it's okay. Figure out a better way, and there is always a better way. But that's why those emails work, that fear of missing out. So that's in the desire phase. That's in the desire phase. You talk about results. You talk about limited quantity. You talk about an amazing bonus. Last year for Sales School, for the first 24 hours, we gave away iPads to anybody who signed up. iPads. That was the fear of missing out. That was the desire. I gotta have it now. I gotta have it now. I gotta have it now. Piece. Attention. You grab people's attention with an amazing freebie or a low price offer. Interest. The quality of your repeat communication needs to keep them interested. Don't scream, I'm going to sell you. Scream, I'm going to help you. Desire. You tell them what they can accomplish, what other people have accomplished. Maybe you use fear of missing out. These emails, these desire emails are usually short. And I'm going to give you in a couple of days a list that gives you examples of attention getters, that gives you examples of emails that are interest builders, that gives you examples of desire. And then our final thing is action. People miss this all the time. They forget a call to action. It is another huge mistake. You have to tell people what you want them to do, and you have to make it so simple. It's what I call KISS, call to action. KISS. Keep it super simple. Make your call to action kissable. Keep it super simple. Action. You want them to take action? Tell them how and make it easy. Tell them how to take action and make it easy. Click here to join this webinar. That's easy, right? Make it super simple. So that's what a sales funnel is right there. It is the process of taking someone from prospect to customer to where they take action. And you can even look at a sales funnel just for a webinar. So for example, you could say you send out an email and invite people to the webinar. You do a Facebook ad, that is the attention place. Then the interest places, the emails have to keep people interested. The reminder emails need to keep people interested. The content that you deliver on the webinar needs to keep people interested. The desire is you tell people what's possible. You're going to make more money. You're going to get more customers, and you're going to do it in a nick-free way. And the attention is what you want them to do. I want you to join the webinar here. Now, granted, you didn't become a customer. You didn't pay me in that example. But this AIDA is a marketing principle, a selling principle that has been around for years. The top advertising agencies in the world still use this because it works. So, this is what a sales funnel is. So let's go back to our deliverables of this call and see how these really apply. We promise that you're going to learn the number one mistake that people are making that is actually pushing potential customers away. Number one mistake is you don't know your benefits and you don't talk about them. You don't hit the desire phase of AIDA at all. You don't talk about the difference your product, your service makes. And it is not just heart drug that is statistically proven to extend your life. That sounds amazing, but what are you going to do with that life? What are you going to do with this sales funnel? What are you going to do after you lose that 10 pounds? What are you going to do after you learn to have more ease and elegance and peace in your life? That sounds amazing, but what will happen after? If you can't paint the after picture, there's a problem, and most people can't. Can you tell I'm passionate about this? If you don't get this right, your business doesn't make money. There are a million free trainings that we have on benefits. If you want to know more, come to the K community, ask me questions, tag me, make sure you tag me, Kendrick Show, I will help you, because this is so hard for so many people, but when you get it, you want that secret, that thing that successful entrepreneurs know, that thing that they're talking about in their masterminds, and you think there's got to be a silver bullet. There's not, but if there was, it would be benefits. It would be this. They know how to get people's desire. Okay? So, the number one mistake that is actually pushing customers away is you don't know your benefits. You don't know how to create desire. Master selling without ever talking to a client on the phone. My $400,000 launch, I didn't talk to one person on the phone. My customer's most recent six-figure launch, she didn't talk to a customer on the phone. She did it all through sales funnels, all through email sales. It's possible. It happens all the time. Now, that's not going to happen if you have a list of 70 people. You've got to have the list size that allows you to be able to send emails and have a $400,000 launch. However, you can sell without ever saying a word. I have filled many programs, not six-figure programs, but many programs without ever getting on the phone with a tiny list. So list size matters if we're talking about, multiple six-figure launches. If we're talking about $500,000 launches, $1 million launches, yeah, list size matters a little bit. But you can still sell people without ever saying a word to them on the phone through your copy and through your sales funnels, as long as they have these principles. Solve the mystery of how a sales funnel works, what it is, and how to use it to make money and get more clients. What is a sales funnel? It is the prospect of taking people from prospect to customer to repeat customer. Prospect to customer to repeat customer. Now you know what a sales funnel is. It sounds so complicated, but it's not. How do you use it to make more money and get more paying clients? You start instituting or implementing this principle in your webinars, in your freebies. How many of you have emails that fire after your freebies? After your opt-ins? Do they take into consideration AIDA? Do they keep attention? Have you, go back and read them. Do you keep interest? Do you tell people the benefit, what's in it for them? Do you have desire? Do you tell people the results that others have created, testimonial sale? And do you have one clear call to action? Not 500, not check out this blog post, check out this video, check out this. No! Statistics show that if you give people too many choices, they choose nothing. Statistics show if you give people too many choices, they choose nothing. Give them one call to action on every email. There are a million reasons for this, a lot of sales psychology behind that. I'm not covering that now. You can ask me in the K community if you want to know more, but just know one call to action is going to work better every time. AIDA. That's how you use a sales funnel to get more clients and to make money. It is so simple. And that is the thing with selling. It is not rocket science. It is super simple because remember, I like things KISS approved. Keep it super simple. So let's review really quickly. The most mistake, I know we reviewed, but let's just do it one more time. The number one mistake most people are making is they don't know their benefits. If you don't know your benefits, come over to K Community. I will help you. Master selling without ever talking to a prospect on the phone. If you use AIDA, you will get sales. How do I get their attention? It's not by saying, look at me, I got an offer. Look at me, sign up for my free newsletter for some inspiration. Nope, that's not how you do it. You need to get in the mind of your customer and ask what your customer would say. What do they want? If you don't know how to do that, come to the K Community, tag me, I'll help you. Interest. How do we keep them interested? Just because they've said yes, just because they may be a prospect now, just because they're on my email list, how do I keep them interested? Let me tell you something that I am so tired of hearing. My email list is a dud. My email list is dead in the water. My email list is crap. Every time somebody says that to me, I say, okay, maybe it is, but are you putting out interesting content? Are you evoking the desire principle? Let's start with gratitude. Let's start with being thankful for those 700 people on your email list or those 5. How can you keep them interested and create desire for them? Your email list is a dud? Okay, maybe. We'll keep adding people into it, but don't give up. Start with gratitude. Those people entered your funnel for a reason. Now, if they're friends and family, that's a little bit different, but they entered your funnel for a reason. Give them interest. Give them desire. Don't say they're a dud. Solve the mystery of how to actually use a sales funnel to make money and get more leads. This is it. AIDA. Attention, interest, desire, and one call to action. Attention, interest, desire, and one call to action. And that sales funnel is demystified. Again, selling is not rocket science. It's actually pretty easy. And you can tell that I love teaching this. So usually I have questions on these free calls, but I'm not doing that today because I want you to come on over to the K Community. I want you to come over and ask me questions there because it's such a supportive community. We have so many people who have been through authentic selling experience, sales school that can also help and give examples for your specific industry. So come over to the K Community, tag us, tag me, Kendrick Shope. You got to tag me if you need your question answered, and let's get sales funnels working for you. My promise to you is that in a couple of days, you're going to get examples of attention getters, interest builders, desire getters, and calls to action. You're going to get examples of all of these so you can begin applying it in your business and you can make money and you can get more clients. But before we do that, I want to make sure you understand this principle. I don't want you applying this if you don't understand it because then you won't get results. And anybody who knows me knows that I thrive on results, your results. It is so important to me. My reputation of what we're able to create together means so much. So let's make sure that you understand what a sales funnel is, how to use it, what AIDA is in the K Community. Ask me questions, and then you will get your examples that you can begin to use in your business, to use sales funnels, to sell without saying a word, and to make more money, get more clients, and do what you love. After all, that's why we went into this business, right? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your attention. I genuinely appreciate everything that you do and that you will share with me in the K Community, and I just appreciate you being here. I believe in you and I believe in your business. Do this.